You have to do the walk-up handshake. Good morning. Oh, please, come again. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks. Before I get into my presentation, I do want to give Jacob a shout out. For any of you in the room that are thinking about selling a house or buying a house, Jacob has his real estate license, and he's ready to serve. He's ready to serve you. So look him up afterwards. But once again, good morning. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here together and bringing all you great business leaders together to talk about the economic future of the region. I'm going to take a little bit of a different twist, and I appreciate Heather teeing me up a little bit here. But when we talk about economic growth and opportunity, we often focus on new investment, business expansion, and workforce development. But there's another part of the issue that deserves very much attention. It's the financial stability of the workforce itself. Today, I want to introduce you to Alice. I'll show of hands real quick. Who knows Alice in the room? I can see some. It's probably my United Way table. Right? Thanks, guys, for helping me out. Today, I want to introduce you to Alice and talk about how unlocking the potential of Alice may be one of the most important economic development opportunities right here that we have in Southeast Louisiana, in particular here on the North Shore. You see, if you don't know Alice, Alice stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. I often refer to our Alice report, the Data Research Project, as the Cliff Notes on the working poor. These are working households that earn above the federal poverty level, but still are unable to afford the basic cost of living throughout our state and region. They're hospitality workers, they're healthcare staff, teachers' aides, retail employees, construction workers, many of the people who keep our economy running every single day. And here on the North Shore, nearly half of all households fall below the Alice threshold when you combine those that live in poverty with those slightly above but still don't earn enough to make ends meet. And when a significant share of the workforce is struggling financially, that affects business, it affects communities, it affects the entire regional economy. So let's take a little deeper look. When we look deeper at Alice, we see these struggles not caused by a lack of effort. I want to break that myth up for you today. They're caused by systemic barriers. The barriers Alice households face have real consequences. When housing costs rise faster than wages, families may have to move farther away from work, for housing. When childcare is unavailable or unaffordable, parents may reduce hours or decline promotions. I'm sure many of you have experienced that. Transportation's limit job opportunity and job mobility. And financial stress leads to poor health outcomes as well. In most Alice households, and you look at the national data often, have little or no emergency savings available to them, which means a small unexpected expense can throw them into financial turmoil. Now, for employers, these challenges often show up as workforce instability, turnover, absenteeism, and difficulty filling positions, and Heather talked about some of that earlier. And replacing frontline employee costs thousands of dollars per worker, onboarding and lost productivity. I know your business leaders experience that as well. And for mid-sized North Shore businesses, reducing turnover by just 10 percentage points can save upwards of $100,000 or more annually. Understanding these consequences helps us see why stabilizing Alice households is not just a social issue, one that United Way would tackle. It's also an economic priority. At United Way, our mission is to eradicate poverty. I'll be clear, we set this bold goal years ago. It wasn't about doing it today or tomorrow, but think about the long-term future of our region. So to guide that work, we built and designed our Blueprint for Prosperity. The Blueprint is focused on supporting families on a pathway to prosperity by addressing the conditions households need to be stable and thrive. Healthy communities ensure access to physical and mental health resources. Youth opportunity focuses on education and early childhood development, which we all know is so important. Financial security supports economic mobility and long-term stability. And community resilience ensures families and communities can live in safe, thriving communities that can recover from disasters and quick economic shocks. This holistic approach helps us address both the immediate needs families have and face and the deeper systems challenges that keep people from moving forward. Now, to sharpen our focus, United Way established a 10-year bold goal. Our goal is to help 100,000 individuals that live below the ALICE threshold get on pathways to prosperity by 2035. That's on average going to be 10,000 families a year, starting right now. Now, this is something that we talk about this all the time at United Way. We don't do this work alone. We do it with every one of you in the room and a host of nonprofit partners, many of which you know. It's not something we can accomplish by ourselves. This work requires collaboration across sectors, including business leaders, educators, government partners, and the robust nonprofit community that we enjoy across the North Shore. The scale of the challenge requires that all of us work together, and it requires the systems that shape economic opportunity all work in alignment. Of those in the Louisiana labor force, and I hope this data resonates with you, nearly 2/3 were paid hourly and or worked a part-time job. We know that workers paid by the hour are more likely to experience income fluctuations due to schedule changes and variable hours, and are less likely to receive benefits such as health insurance, paid time off, family leave, or retirement plans. So without stability, small problems become expensive disruptions for families and their employers. Preventing just 5 workforce-related crises a year can save an employer tens of thousands of dollars per year per employee. There's a strong economic argument for that. But for business leaders, there are very practical ways to help stabilize the workforce while strengthening your organizations, your businesses at the same time. Flexible scheduling can help parents manage childcare responsibilities. For the parents in the room, we've all been there. Transportation supports can ensure employees reliably get to work. How many of us have experienced an employee being late because they've had transportation issues? Financial wellness programs can reduce financial stress and improve productivity. Think about the times when you struggled financially and how you felt when you showed up to work. And clearer pathways, like Heather talked about, can help employees advance to those higher wage, high demand jobs. These strategies not only strengthen the people that work within your businesses, they strengthen your businesses as well. Another important part of the solution is improving coordinations across systems. So the Louisiana one-door model, I know you'll hear from Susie Showen later, is an example of this type of alignment. The goal is to simplify how families access services and reduce unnecessary complexities. When government programs, community organizations, employers work together, families can navigate resources more easily and move forward more quickly. Systems alignment ensures opportunity is actually accessible. So let's connect the dots here. ALICE households represent a large portion of the workforce here in Louisiana and across the North Shore. 44% of workers in Louisiana occupy most common occupations they live below the ALICE threshold, They also represent a large portion of the consumer economy. For you retail folks out there, they buy your goods. When these households are financially stable, workforce participation increases. Businesses benefit from lower turnover and a reliable workforce. Families have more purchasing power, which supports local businesses. Communities become more stable, more resilient, and regional economic growth becomes sustainable. When financially stable, even a modest $2,000 a year increase in household spending across 10,000 households, do the math as you think about our bold goal, injects $20 million into the local economy. I don't know about where you're from. To me, that's real money. If all Louisiana households earned enough to meet their basic needs, not only would each family's hardship be eased, but roughly more than $55 billion would be added to our state's gross domestic product. That's real money, too. At United Way, we recognize supporting ALICE households isn't just the right thing to do, it's a smart economic strategy. So there's a tremendous opportunity in front of all of us, and that's why I'm so happy to be with you today. Because leaders like you in this room play an important role in unlocking the potential of Alice. So I encourage you to connect with United Way. Of course, we have a host of our team and board members here. We'd love to talk to you about Alice and the work that we're doing, so we can work together to stabilize employees and strengthen your businesses and your organizations. Because when we help families succeed, we strengthen our workforce, our economy, and our entire region. And that's what it means when we say United is the way. Thank you very much.